MrBeast has been the center of a lot of controversy over the past few months.
MrBeast, what does he teach? Blasphemy and greed.
The many accusations and allegations made against him have, as you might expect, sparked a lot of discussion about him and his content.
You see, he's not a Christian channel. Does he like the number of man? I'll bet somewhere he has a 666 tattoo.
Now, unfortunately, for the many dedicated MrBeast haters out there, it turned out that a lot of the criticisms against him came from a disgruntled ex-employee who purposefully lied and misrepresented things in order to defame MrBeast.
You're not a disgruntled employee. If you are rightfully so disgruntled employee.
Yeah, I mean, you can watch my video and like view it through the lens of, oh, this guy's just a disgruntled employee.
Now, that doesn't mean there aren't things for which you can criticize MrBeast, because there definitely are, but a lot of the drama surrounding him simply didn't really go anywhere. And he came out the other side relatively unscathed, even though I do think his reputation has been permanently damaged to some extent. But all of this discussion around MrBeast did make me wonder, are his videos actually that good? Because here's the thing, I haven't actually watched his videos in quite a while, and I don't think I'm the only one. Especially since the common consensus has always been that MrBeast videos are made for kids, but that's something that Jimmy and his team have pushed back against recently.
Because that was something that we were like very cognizant of, is hey, we should make our content something that is appealing and enjoyable to like people who are older. Like, who are the people that aren't watching our videos? Probably 30 to 40 to 50 to even 60-year-olds. How do we make our videos enjoyable for those guys?
So are his videos actually good? Well, to give you the short answer, yes, they are. They wouldn't be getting 100 million views a pop if they outright sucked. But how good are they? Because sure, McDonald's sells billions of hamburgers every year, but is the Big Mac really the best burger you've ever eaten? And this was a genuine question that I wanted to answer for myself. So I went and watched a bunch of MrBeast's newest videos and some of his older ones to give you the long answer. Which is, well, it depends. Some of his videos I actually genuinely quite enjoyed, and some of them not so much. Of course, I have to say that everything I say in this video is not just my subjective opinion, it's the objective truth. And if you disagree with me, I'm sorry, but you're just wrong, and you're probably a bad person, and to be quite frankly honest with you, no one loves you. With that being said, MrBeast's content actually varies quite a lot. You might think of a MrBeast video as one type of video, but in reality, a video where he builds and gives away 100 houses is actually very different from a video where two people have to live in an underground bunker for 100 days, and that in turn is very different from a video where someone has to stop a Lamborghini from being run over by an oncoming train. So I'll start off with what I liked about his content. The scale and production value of his videos is genuinely insane. It is very impressive. His latest video at the time of recording is called 2,000 People Fight for $5 Million, and it's basically an elimination round for his Amazon show Beast Games, which had 1,000 contestants. So during this video, 1,000 people got eliminated and the other 1,000 got to go on to Beast Games. Now, I know the production of Beast Games had some controversy around it. I know there's been a lawsuit filed by some of the contestants. I'll be honest, I don't know all the details around that. I stopped paying attention to the Beast Games drama quite a while ago. Maybe it was all a complete disaster, maybe it wasn't, I don't know. According to the detractors like Rosanna Pansino, what the hell?
I'm gonna smoke my dead dad.
My hope will never die.
It was a complete disaster. But MrBeast has also been living rent-free in her head for like years now, so I'm not really sure how reliable of a narrator she is. I haven't watched Beast Games, nor am I planning on it. I'm just talking about the YouTube video. During the video, contestants do various challenges to try and not get eliminated, as you might expect, but what I think MrBeast should have done is give them all medieval arms and armor and make them fight to the death. This was a real missed opportunity. Like, okay, so they lifted a heavy ball, sick. Let me see someone get bludgeoned to death. I want to see someone Why is no one getting bludgeoned to death? But either way, the logistics behind this video was absolutely insane. Mr. Who's the Boss made a behind the scenes video for the filming of this video, which I honestly enjoyed more than the actual video.
So how on earth do you run and record a competition show for this many people? And the biggest question, how much does it cost to pull all of this off? Well, it wasn't without some very real challenges, but one thing's for sure, from a technical perspective, this is absolutely insane.
Seeing the inner workings of a production like this is super interesting to me, and if that's something you're interested in as well, I can highly recommend Mr. Who's the Boss's video. And the fact that a production of this size with the hundreds of people working on it and all of the logistics and technology behind it, the fact that that was all done for a YouTube video is absolutely crazy. And it's honestly so sick. All of the various opinions about MrBeast and Beast Games aside, the fact that YouTube as a platform has allowed some random kid from North Carolina to build this content empire out of essentially nothing is awesome. That is so sick. If there is one thing you should take away from this video, it is that despite all of its flaws, YouTube is great and I love it, both as a creator, which sounds weird to say out loud, to be honest, and as a viewer. Like, YouTube is just genuinely a super sick platform, and I'm very glad I'm very glad it exists. Overall, I think MrBeast does manage to make his videos a fun viewing experience. He's definitely good at making easy to watch videos. I mean, if you've ever listened to him talk about YouTube, that is his main focus, to make his videos as appealing as possible to as many people as possible. And he manages to do that. I mean, who wouldn't want to see a guy try to stop a train from running over his Lamborghini, or try to stop tanks from shooting his huge pile of money, or 100 houses being given to people in need? You'd have to be a psychopath to watch a video of an old lady crying tears of joy because she got a new house.
Ay, Dios. Gracias. Gracias, Padrecito lindo.
And not feel happy. So as a rule, his videos aren't bad. But I do have some criticisms. For one, the bigger productions can be a bit jarring sometimes because they have to fit so much crazy stuff into a 20-minute YouTube video. For instance, the $1 versus $500,000 experiences video has so much crazy stuff in it where each thing they do in the video could have been its own video. There's a part in that video where they get to, in MrBeast's own words,
"We got to take over a massive water park."
and that literally gets less than 10 seconds of screen time. Obviously, that's done for the sake of viewer attention, and I'm sure it does work, but something that I noticed is different between MrBeast videos now and MrBeast videos a few years ago is that now they definitely feel less personal. And again, this really depends on what the video is. The Surviving 7 Days in X Place series doesn't suffer from this as much, in my opinion, whereas videos where contestants have to survive a challenge for long periods of time struggle with this a lot more, simply because of time constraints. A season of Survivor was between 13 and 16 episodes long, each episode being 40 minutes long, and the contestants had to survive for just under 40 days. That's over 9 hours of content, whereas a 100-day MrBeast challenge gets edited down into a half an hour long video. Now, of course, there are plenty of differences between a MrBeast video and a season of Survivor, but I think it helps illustrate my point. In the MrBeast videos, your emotional stakes as an audience member is a lot lower because you don't get to know the contestants as well. And when there's conflict between the contestants, it doesn't necessarily feel forced, but it does feel very random.
If one of you want to leave, now's the chance.
I think I might leave.
No, you can't.
I think I am.
Because they have to try and condense weeks of these people's lives into a few minutes of video. For instance, in the knockoff Vault Dweller video, the contestants go from liking each other to not liking each other to liking each other to not liking each other to liking each other, and you don't really get to see that conflict as much as MrBeast just kind of tells you about it in the voiceover.
As the days went on, the tension between Hugo and Rain was causing them to make careless mistakes.
I'm gonna feed these fish.
Because there simply isn't enough time for you to see the conflict unfold. Now, you might say, it's just a YouTube video, who cares? And to that I would say, true, However, it was definitely noticeable while watching the video, so I'm mentioning it. Another thing I noticed about MrBeast's videos is that the editing has changed a lot over the years. If you look back at the videos from a few years ago, the editing was really nothing crazy. I could have edited one of those videos. Whereas nowadays they rely a lot on crazy 3D renders and motion graphics. And this isn't an inherently good or bad thing. I think the videos without the crazy editing worked just fine. Although they have tightened up the edits a lot more, it's definitely more fast-paced to keep the viewer's attention, which is ultimately what MrBeast tries to achieve with his videos. His content is very much driven by what the audience wants. And in the mid-2020s, where every kid has the attention span of a goldfish on Galaxy Gas,
Twin, you good off the GG, twin. Twin, no, twin, you good off the GG, twin.
what the audience wants is a fast-paced video. Now, up until this point, my criticisms of MrBeast's videos have been admittedly fairly minor. His content is definitely not my personal favorite type of content. I do think I am just too old to be a regular MrBeast viewer. However, his videos being targeted towards children doesn't make them inherently bad. Overall, they're good videos. Except for the $1 versus $500,000 experiences video, where they go in a hot air balloon ride that is clearly in the Netherlands. But when this map of Earth pops up, for some reason, the balloon is over Eastern Europe. 0 out of 10, absolutely unwatchable. How could you mistake that disgusting Western European country, where people are so underdeveloped they still wear wooden shoes, for the glorious former Soviet country of Slovakia, or Poland? I'm actually not entirely sure over which country the balloon is. It's kind of hard to tell. It could be like Hungary or something, maybe. Either way, there's a lot of alcoholism and depression there. Now, most of MrBeast's videos have been fine, right? Some of them are good, some of them are less so, but overall, they're pretty decent videos. But there was one video that was genuinely difficult to watch, and that was 7 days exploring an underground city. He had a bunch of YouTubers and streamers there with him, right? And it just felt by far like the most made for kids video that I watched. Watching these grown-ass men pretend to get into these fake fights with each other or scream with excitement when the next e-celeb comes down the elevator is so grating. And I mean, I liked some of these people. I used to watch Laserbeam quite a lot a few years ago. But like, come on, bro. Are these grown men really that excited to see Kai Cenat?
Welcome to the underground city!
Also, Logan Paul was in this video, which is something that I've disliked about MrBeast for a long time, even before it became cool to hate him. The fact that he seems so fond of Logan Paul. He keeps having him in videos or doing podcasts with him or ripping off Lunchables with him, and that has always rubbed me the wrong way. Logan could have very well redeemed himself for the Suicide Forest incident.
I've made a severe and continuous lapse in my judgment.
But he hasn't. He's still a dickhead. He's currently suing CoffeeZilla, my goat, just because Coffee exposed Logan's crypto scam, which wasn't even Logan's only crypto scam. Why does MrBeast keep associating with him? MrBeast doesn't need Logan Paul. But whatever. I mean, what I think won't really change anything. However, what you think about this video could potentially change how I make my videos in the future. I've also recently hit 1,000 subscribers, which means the channel is now monetized, and I've had my first video ever not only cross 10,000 views, but 20,000 views, which was definitely unexpected. I did not think my video about the Costco guys would do that well, but it's nice. Those are some of the first like bigger milestones I've hit on the channel. So thank you very much to everyone who has watched or subscribed or, commented, liked, all that good stuff. I really appreciate it. It's been very fun making these videos, and getting 1,000 subscribers is really cool. 13-year-old me would be very proud. And I will continue to make videos that you will hopefully enjoy in this new year of 2025. I'll see you next time. Bye.